Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
Version of it. Like
what? So you could just get it?
Oh, that's cool.
You remember that rental car company? Does that company still around? Where you had an app and you could just rent a car and they would drive it right to you?
Yeah, I think so.
They're still around?
That's cool.
Look
how
at
it
this
transforms.
fucking thing.
Yeah, it's a drone. It's like a drone car.
Oh my God. And drones today, have you seen those competitions where they have like drone competitions?
It's unreal.
Where they have cones and poles and holes you have to fly through and they
Dude,
those things are incredible now.
Get stoned and watch the ones where they go through the buildings. That dude, it's like you're on a ride. It'll go through building windows, sideways, flip upside down, go through different hallways. Like this shit is insane.
That would be so dope in VR.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He'll flip upside down, go through another little tiny holes.
God,
That's how they're
the
controlling
control.
it. They have a headset on, like a VR headset, and they're watching it in first person.
Oh my God, the control this guy has is incredible.
Yeah, it's unreal.
These things are amazingly agile.
So this is
See if you can find those competitions, Jamie. Like, because I was watching them on Instagram the other day, where these guys were flying through doorways and little, like they had made a doorway, and it's like they have an obstacle course. Oh, this one's all lit up with neon.
That's so cool.
Oh my God, this is
I don't know
amazing.
how hard it'd be to memorize the course to know where the turns are, because.
Well, you remember when
so
we used to play
fast.
Quake? Dudes would memorize maps.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
it's, you just
Same
do it
thing.
over and over
Yeah,
again.
guys would.
Well, this looks like he's following that light. Do you see that light in front of him?
There's probably one in front.
That's like a trail in front of him. So maybe that's.
I know they also have they have this. I also saw someone doing a fishing sim where he had a real life fishing pole hooked up to a device that was tracking like a tuna he was pulling. But they have these also where you can just practice this with a real handset, and you're flying it like it would be, but it's all fake. It's all on a computer.
The first question I'd be like, so when I crash this, what does it cost? Because I'm crashing that fucking thing immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That's so hard.
Well, to get to this guy's level, you have to fuck around with regular drones for a long time.
What do they cost? I literally don't know.
A couple thousand. There's another thing I just saw. It looked like a very goofy video online. I'll try to find it real quick. It's like these, but they're attached to a cord like a kite, and it's a league where they're racing someone. They do dog fights.
Oh shit, that was fast. Oh my God, what's going on? All right. All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome to this week's B2P. Woo! I was looking up Fastenal for one Visionarial in the chat. Housekeeping. Well, shout out to our pilot of the week, J-Bo FPV.
Great flying, my dude.
Happy birthday, Zach FPV.
Happy birthday, bud.
Happy birthday to Wild Type. And we're going to shout out What Is Real one more time. Our goon. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday, boys. To everybody.
All right, so next week, make sure you join us. Tune in on time. We'll be rocking it right at 10 o'clock. We got the one and only MVS MVP coming in for an interview. We can't wait. We'll see you soon, man. And on the 22nd, we got Darkwing Duck. What's up? Oh, I cut the elevator. Dude, the system is teetering on the brink tonight. What up?
What up?
We're totally getting fucking copyright strike from Joe Rogan. Shout out to Joe Rogan talking about drones. So we're talking about you. What'd you guys think about that? It's pretty funny because like he's like, they obviously didn't. Like, he's like, how much they cost? They're like a couple grand, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's up?
I mean, I just like seeing it there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was
Yeah,
it was
it's
cool to
definitely
hear somebody talk about it who thought it was cool but didn't do it.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and hearing
Like,
questions about it that-
perspective and- yeah,
they're-
it's their
Like,
perspective.
they don't even know how
of
much
it.
it would cost.
Like, I wanted to
something like-
answer him really bad. I was just like, dude. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But to answer your question, it only costs about $500 for a new one, and if you crash it, it's probably about $20.
I always-
Minor crash to if you lose it, well, it's the full cost of the drone.
I always try to steer people like $1,500 for everything you really need, right, to get started. I mean, control, but from there it can get much more. It can get much more affordable because you can only really have to build and buy drones at that point, unless you want to step outside and try different shit. You know.
I'm going through it right now, buying everything from scratch again.
That was my logic when I started. I figured, hey, I don't have to replace the controller or the goggles. Let me just get a good set of those and get a shitty drone to smash around. That's the best way to do it right there.
Oh,
Speaking
you're
of new
probably
shit,
here
there's
in the
people-
rain. Yeah, Risco.
For the people that are in the chat, this is my new toy right here. Hold on, let me turn it off.
I was going to say,
This
what
is
is
the-
that fucking
This is
bright
the
light?
Pyro Drone edition of the Zorro. It's fucking awesome. I love it. And it's my latest new toy.
I do like that. I like the colors.
Building everything up. It's got the carbon fiber
pretty.
themed body. It's not actually carbon fiber. But
I can't
Are
do
the-
the. I don't. I'm not a fan of the gamepad. I don't think.
yeah, it's
You don't
you love it or
think?
hate
Have
it.
you tried it?
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you some people like it, it's just some
So,
people hate it.
That compared to the
Yeah.
Tango, like weight, size, like I think a lot of people could identify it the size of a Tango at this point. Is
I
it?
didn't.
Is it
at
much
first
bigger?
When I
Much?
first had a Tango, I didn't really like it
I thought
because
it,
like
Tango was
I'm used to
wider.
holding my radio like against my like waist
Right.
or belly to give it support. You can't really do that with a gamepad style controller.
No, it
'cause
sits
then you're
closer
like,
to your stomach. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you, I had the Tango too, and I mentioned.
That's what I'm
my
asking. How's
video.
the Zorro in comparison?
The Zorro is a little bigger, I think. I think the Zorro, the sticks feel like they have a longer throw. Then I don't know if the gimbals are actually bigger on this. I don't know, but this feels a little bit. It felt a little awkward to me at first. I'm not gonna lie, but like anything else, the
What's
more
up,
you use it,
Kmart?
the more you use it, the more you get used to it.
Kmart's
So
the goose.
I'm loving it now. The gimbals
Four
on this thing.
controllers,
I
14
mean,
Jones.
these AG01 gimbals, bro, they're amazing. They really are.
Yeah, they look real fucking cool. I hope they function as.
Yeah,
good
I
as
mean
they
they're all
look.
metal. They feel so solid, and
Right.
there's no
You feel like a weight or something to it, or is it just
No,
the
it's
fact
just that
it's
they-
just buttery?
it's so buttery because it's all metal. It's all CNC metal with the bearings. I don't know if it's the bearings that they use or the springs, but
Right.
it has such a smooth feel to it. It really does, even more so than the Tango 2 did. And I upgraded the gimbals on the Tango 2, but I don't think they were all CNC metal. I don't remember what they were.
Well, the
honestly.
Zorro was one. I'm not in the market necessarily to buy a radio anytime soon, but like I was looking at the Zorro and I was like, it's so similar to me as compared to in a lot of regards to the Nirvana. So I like it. Like I like what I see overall. But then fucking Fly Sky came around and re-released the Nirvana, so now I'm like, oh, with metal gimbals as well.
Yeah.
I think somebody in the playlist tonight is using that radio.
That's
Oh,
The
really?
Zorro?
Yeah. No, the one you're mentioning.
Oh, the Elysium.
the new
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Elysium? Is that what it is?
It's the EL18 Elysium.
And if
yeah.
it's not, then it's the Nirvana, and
Nice.
I can't tell the difference between the two.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference either, except
Nirvana
one's
has
red.
that like anodized fucking rainbow colored. All the hardware is that rainbow anodized.
Yeah, it's nice.
And then
It's pretty.
the Elysiums are like you can get them. I think the stock one was purple.
Oh no,
but you
it
can
is
get
the
'em-
Elysium.
You can get them
It even
like
says
in
it the
blue.
title. All right, yeah.
You can get them in like blue. You can get them in like. You can get them black with various hardware stylings. But dude, the hardware in Nirvana, and I'm only assuming the Elysiums. I mean, if it's anywhere close to the Nirvana, I like it. Like I've always been a fan of the hardware. It's been.
I remember
really solid.
I at least held your control. I don't remember if I flew on your controller, but I was impressed with how how well it was built. I mean, you just grab that Nirvana controller and are like, wow, this thing is like a legitimate piece of hardware. It's heavy, not like awkward, bulky. It's just you can feel how solid of a build it is.
What up, 608?
It's a nice controller.
If I, like I said, if I had to buy a radio tomorrow, I would definitely be looking into the Zorro. I think that's probably like, it comes really close to like what I overall like. The big thing I love about the Nirvana.
Honestly, it's the Mambo for me.
The thing I love about the Nirvana is the switches underneath.
What radio do you have right now, Artie?
A TX16S.
That's what I want. Let's trade radios.
Let's do it. I'll send this to you. You send me yours.
The
Is it
Zorro
Radio
has,
Master?
Say what?
Is it the Radio Master or is it the
It's a
fucking,
Radio Master. Fuck you.
The Zorro has it has actuaries underneath. It actually has 4 of them. You got 2 here, but they're actuaries. They're just pressure switches, but they're good.
That's
for,
okay.
like,
Yeah, that's okay. That's decent.
But they're in a really good spot too. You can feel them, and it's literally all you do is.
I like to set. I like to set a fucking my pre-arm to something on the bottom of the radio, and then have my actual arm on the top. So there's like no way I could accidentally fucking arm it. You know.
Well, see, I do the momentary. Like that's the only thing.
I have a
problem with the momentary. Is like restarting midair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially
not if it's on the
like
bottom,
that.
though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Not if it's on the bottom, because you can really easily do both. Like, it's not much different. You know what I mean?
You can do it fine enough to make it work, you know, for the majority of the time. But it is a little faster when you don't have that.
So the 2 switches on each side of the Nirvana, the bottom switch is a toggle, and then
Is that how you get it?
Got to get up in there, yeah. The top switch is a long momentary, so you can easily like just hit the momentary, get around the bottom switch. You know what I mean? And so when you're, depending on if you're just thumbing or if you're a hybrid like me, one of these fingers is getting in there. and then you have your switch up top like you would wherever you would normally want it for arming. So it's not as bad, you know what I mean? But it's still, you gotta think about that shit if you're trying to rearm. Like,
you know what the coolest part about this controller is? I was showing them before the stream started. This is my arming sound. Oh shit! I gotta turn the controller on.
Yeah, that was great.
This is my arming sound. Listen. And this is my disarming sound. That's the proton pack from Ghostbusters, by the way. Yeah. And this is for when I crash. This is the game over continue from the first Zelda. That's cool, right? I thought that was cool.
I love making sound packs for radios. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I started messing with it as soon as I got it. I forgot everything. I had to relearn.
When I first started flying, I always kept my quads in angle when I was on the ground, and then when I would get ready to take off, I'd flip up to acro. And I used to have fucking Princess Leia saying, "I hope you know what you're doing."
I just never had the patience to set that up,
dude. And
I just wanted to get up in the air. So like once I got there, it's
easy. Once you know how to do it, it's really easy.
On my X9D,
I'm sure. I did do it, but just never got to
I used to have angle mode on my fucking quads when I very first started, but then like I got a new quad and it started flying fucking weird on angle mode, and I didn't know why. So I was like, I'm never using angle mode again. This seems more trouble than it's worth. Acro
I had a
all the
friend
way.
when I started, Dan. Chad knows Dan. Yeah. This dude wouldn't let me start in anything but acro. Like he was like, nope.
I never
That's what I would
flew
tell
that.
anybody.
Not flying if you're not flying acro. I was like, but I've never flown before.
I've just always set. I always just set my quads up with those modes available, like if I had an emergency. But when I first started,
I was lucky to get it in the air.
When I first started, the default position of the switch was fucking angle, and then I'd flip it. But when I got smart, I made the default acro, and I never had to worry about it. But fucking my favorite shit I ever did was I did fucking Chewbacca for my low voltage alarm. So he would just start fucking freaking out. He'd start freaking out. You hear Chewbacca freaking out because you're running out of power.
Like, okay, Chewie, bringing it in.
It was
I don't think I ever did that alternative whatever the OG sound pack was for the Tyrannus, but like the cherry one or whatever. It was like a slightly different voice than that, and that's what I like uploaded and was like real proud
Some of them could get annoying though, dude. I had R2D2 on telemetry.
I just didn't turn most of it off.
Well,
like,
that was what I was gonna say.
Years.
I had like R2 on telemetry, I had Chewbacca on the low voltage and shit, but there was times on some quads like I would blast throttle, like especially racing or something. So Chewie's just going off the entire time. You're just like, dude, okay, fuck. Like, all right, I'm turning
You
this
just gotta
shit back
say
on.
it could be like Han. I know.
R2D2's freaking out because your telemetry's going crazy or something. It's like, what? Okay, it was awesome. Like,
That's awesome.
Don't worry about it,
It was
Chewie.
awesome to start.
Dude, I
but-
actually before I settled on this, I was playing around for like I don't know till 2 o'clock in the morning, putting different sounds on,
Well,
and
it's
I
like any
had
part
all
of
different. I
finding
had all
music
different
for
lines
FPV.
from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I powered on, like no, light speed's too slow. We're going straight to ludicrous speed. They're like, oh, stupid shit. Like I power up. Your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
I
It's
used
like
to-
stupid shit.
How?
It was
The one
funny,
thing I
though.
need to look
Spagoo
at is
says he's got. I'm never gonna give you up.
Yeah, he
song.
does. He
That
definitely
shit
does.
is fucking excellent. See, I could never get that shit going. Like I said, I
it's
got the
super
cherry
easy.
pack
I
in
just
there.
never
gotta,
bothered.
you just gotta pull your SD out, and you gotta make them like. You gotta use like there's a couple different programs on PC or Mac, whatever it is. You just fucking take whatever your sound clips are and you convert them to like 16-bit mono and fucking
It's
then
gotta be wave, yeah.
and then you put them on there and you just rename them. Like if you want it to be startup, you rename the file to startup and like take the old one out, put that one in, and it's super easy actually. It's just you got to make the files the right thing, and
It's
then
real
look
easy
at the
once you know how to
name.
do it.
Look at the name of the function you want to
Yeah,
change.
unless-
Yeah, it's the
And
same as modding like a video
kind of
game.
like modding a video game. Yeah, totally. You should swapping out audio.
Yeah, the problem, the program is actually Audacity is the best one.
Yeah, Audacity's great.
Yeah,
Audacity, you just drag the file in. It could be any file, and then you click the track, make it mono, and change it to 32-bit
Nice.
rate, and
Send them to
then
me.
save it, and then you could
Yeah,
just you
32K.
could put anything you want.
I think it's
32K,
16-bit,
right?
32K mono. Yeah,
Audacity.
I think it's 32.
32K
Risco.
mono.
I think
That's
it's
it.
32.
I just did it. It's definitely that's the way.
Uh,
And then when you save it,
That
you
is
just
the
change
way.
the name of it to whatever the wave you want to replace is. So like if
Cool.
when you turn on your radio for Edge TX and Open TX, it's hello, all lowercase hello is the wave. So
Right.
you literally just erase it and just click and drag the new track in and rename it hello.
I just
And then
make a,
the-
I
the
make a
radio will read
folder
it as
for
that.
stock.
Gotcha.
I make a folder for stock. I take all the shit I'm going to replace and put it in there, and then I just put the new files on with the right names.
Yeah, I mean it's just a stupid gimmick. but if
Audacity's
you're
been
looking
around
to
for
kill time.
such a long time, and it's so good and free. It's open source, and it just does what
Mm-hmm.
you need. I mean, it's kind of like GIMP, like for photos. You know, it's a great program. It does what most people need with whatever you're doing. Like I used to be a huge SoundForge junkie, which that was my jam, and those are the guys that made Vegas and fuck, what was that other program? It was kind of like Reason and shit, but it was it used like loops, but it not Fruity Loops because that's what Risco uses. But SoundForge is the fucking shit.
I used to fuck around with some Fruity Loops. What?
Fruity Loops, what?
That was the first program I ever made beats on.
Fruity Loops, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember rocking Fruity Loops. Well, I started with mod trackers, which were like command line things you would like mod sequencers where you would take like samples
nice.
and fucking sequence them. I mean, as far as like audio beats and then like MIDI shit, but startup tone
Well, send it
playlist
on
with all the
over,
commands,
Spaghetti.
just copy.
Let me get them commands and playlists.
That's cool.
Fucking Fruity
What up,
Loops.
everybody? How's everybody
Risco
out
still
there in
uses Fruity
TV
Loops.
land?
All the Florida pilots, where are you? I'm coming to meet up with you all.
Mod trackers. All of that stuff was awesome at the time because like especially like modern synthesizers and shit just weren't that time the synths weren't like as good as they are today. And then with all
I'm
the
sure.
all the shit you can do now, but like, man, yeah, computers were like the blessing and curse of my existence as far as music production.
Existence, yeah.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
fucking hell,
Especially if you were in that transition era.
dude. And like, I'm just like, I had a memory come through today on Facebook from 8 years ago of me making beats with the analog rig, and it was just like,
It's like the BK Lounge.
fucking hell, I can't wait.
Oh, he said FL. I thought he was talking about Florida.
Okay, loud.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Because I'm just salvaging all the old shit that I have, like I was telling you guys. Look at how old these batteries are, bro. They're 7 years old.
Bro,
January
I know
2016.
I've got some
and they still work.
4S. I got some 4S and some micro batteries from back then. It still work. McCaff.
Yeah, and they're not even puffed. It's amazing. They were sitting in storage mode for God knows how long, bro.
As long
I
as
don't
they're
even
sitting
know.
at storage voltage, they should last a long time sitting.
Yeah, dude, they're fine. Even the resistance is low. It's like 7, 6, 7, which is not bad.
Yeah, no, that's
It's just when
Good
you
enough.
leave
That's
them
good.
when you leave them charged, they eat themselves up, or you leave
Yeah.
them too low.
I had a few that was shot, bro. Like I had, like I'll show you. This is all the batteries that I salvaged. It's like probably like 35 batteries, all 3S and 4S, because I was, flying mostly 6S on my 5-inch quads. But I'd say 80% of them were good, and like 20% of them were no good. I
Yeah.
know, Spagoo's like, how they're not on fire. Honestly, dude, I didn't even know I had them.
well, I still got
they
them,
were
all
buried.
my batteries.
They were buried in a storage trunk that was literally had all just miscellaneous junk that I've collected over the years, and I just was rummaging through everything to see what I could salvage to build some drones.
I keep all
And
mine.
I found those.
I keep mine in ammo cases. I bought a bunch of ammo cases from Harbor Freight, and you get them for like
Harbor
50,
Freight's the best to find
You get 'em-
random shit like
You
that.
get them like $15.
Bruh,
You can get them delivered to
Harbor
your house.
Freight's the
for,
best
like
for a
50.
lot of shit.
Yeah,
dude.
it's the best for
Yeah.
everything, bro. They got
It's
great
like-
prices on everything.
Well, now they're getting better stuff too.
Yeah.
Like
Yo, I mean that's how
It's-
like
it's
that
good.
Jenny I brought to fucking the very first Rampage.
sponsors.
That was a Harbor Freight Jenny I picked up for like $80.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
For
And
sure
then,
it was.
But then I got the fucking ammo cases delivered from Harbor Freight, and it was like they were like $15 a pop or something. They're solid. They're
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, good shit.
30 cal fucking or 50 cal 50 cal.
No, they got some great
I
stuff.
think they're 50
at Harbor
cal.
Freight.
The big 50 cal ones. Is
But anyway, what was the point of all this shit?
we put batteries in
now
them.
I'm just
You put batteries in them,
batteries.
and then if you
Yeah,
put them in
batteries
storage,
last.
even if they do
Yeah.
blow up, at least it's contained in that fucking thing. But you know what I'm saying? But if you keep
For
them,
sure.
keep
No,
them
no,
in
that's
storage, thing-
very smart. I'm not
I think somebody should
Isn't
tell
that
Joe Rogan
smart?
that.
for sure.
I think
You should tell Joe
first thing we should
Rogan
tell
that.
Joe Rogan is that you should definitely keep your lipos in ammo case.
Should we reach out? Joe Rogan, B2P here.
He'll be like, "What the fuck is a lipo?"
What? He's like, they wear those VR goggles, bro. I want to take Joe Rogan flying on DMT.
Dude, he'd fucking have a trip, literally.
No, he would for sure.
I can
No,
imagine
seriously,
his
like,
face now.
Two mushrooms would give him a tiny whoop. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
No. The 10-inch in somewhere kind
this is
of
world
big, but
changing.
proxy.
No, a 10-inch would
Great
scare
big-
him to death.
Oh
He
my
would
That's
never
what I'm
touch a
saying.
drone again.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he would just be fucking absolutely floored no matter what we put him under the goggles to fly with.
Don't.
I think the
don't
best
swing a 10-inch.
introduction FPV real life thing you could do for somebody, I hate to say it and admit it, is the motion controller from DJI with the Vada.
Oh, if they're trying to fly, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
the best way to introduce somebody to FPV.
Actually,
where they
that
can enjoy it without crashing, you know?
The trick is, Spagoo, you gotta pull the rubber ring out of the top of the ammo case, so it's gonna vent, or you can actually cut drill some holes in it. But you definitely want the ammo case to vent. So what I usually just pull the rubber rings out and throw them in the bottom, and then I have I'll have all my fucking lipos in there. And if they do go up, it's gonna blast flames out the side. So anything around it is probably gonna get immediately fucking torched. But it's going to
so only
contain,
your walls go
contain
on
the
fire,
fire.
not your ceiling.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I keep them in a good place. I've never had. I mean, dude, Gravy dumped 20 fucking 30, 40 pounds of lipos in a fucking bonfire.
Oh my God.
Me and Vince
that
and
was a
Greg,
good time.
That was insane, dude. We were all fucked up that night, dude. People tripping
That's
all
awesome.
over the place. There's people tripping everywhere. And like fucking here comes Gravy with a fucking just like a bin full of, and I'm talking like 22,000 mAh batteries.
Where was that? That was at the Mayhem
fucking
thing?
ridiculous.
What was it called again?
Huh?
No,
No,
it was at his house.
This was at his
Ah,
house,
okay.
bro. It was on 4th of July.
That's awesome.
God, we talked to the police that night. We did everything.
Oh yeah,
It was one
that's
of those
right.
days. It was like that's where the fucking
What was that motherfucker?
weird shaped
How-
fuck, dude. That's why
Yeah,
we
the
Yeah,
weird
the weird
shape.
shaped fuck.
weird
Weird
shaped
shaped
fuck.
fuck.
That's what the B2P chat used to be called. Weird shaped fucks.
Shout out to Gravy.
Because of that whole
Gravy.
night, dude. It was me and you and Vince and fucking Gravy and fucking. Oh my god, this shit. The weird shaped fucks. I almost want to take it, and change it back to that. Oh my god, weird shit.
So who in the chat has the HD0 goggles? Does anybody have them?
That's what you're waiting on right now. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't order them yet, but
You haven't ordered
it
them
looks
yet?
like I have no choice but to wait till March, which sucks really bad. So I bought everything else that I could use with it without wasting money on something that I won't need once I have the goggles, if that makes sense.
What,
I got another,
Yeah.
I got another rapid fire module. I'm getting that tomorrow.
what about dealers though? I mean, because some dealers might have some extras.
No, I'll tell you, I mean, I've been scavenging the internet. I cannot find them anywhere. Not even on eBay. Like sometimes people sell them for like a
Yeah, they'll scalp
ridiculously
'em.
marked up
Yeah,
price on
scalp
eBay.
'em.
Not even seeing them there. You know?
Damn.
Well,
Yeah, it's crazy.
from what Carl was saying, they're going to be coming really readily available very soon.
Yeah, see, 608 saying it's backed up to April now. Yeah, I know it was March the last
really?
I checked, which was yesterday. How'd you like them, Risco? Yeah, I'm excited to get them.
I think that the form and fit looks amazing overall. I think with the options for the base plates and stuff.
Yeah, and what they
Yeah.
with
I
JV
want 'em.
Do you know why
Barbara
Kyle?
was talking about on his stream a couple days ago was he got a chance to try them with the 40 FPS new camera, the HD0 40 FPS camera, and he was or is it 90 FPS? 90 FPS camera. I'm sorry, and he said that it's incredible with how smooth the video is. You know, even though you're sacrificing a slight bit of resolution compared to DJI, that it's
Was
just
it
amazing with
720
that
still?
camera.
Is it a 720 camera?
It's a new. I mean, I don't know how new it is because I seen some of the. I started looking at the videos on it, but it's just called the 90 FPS HD0 camera. I don't know what the name of it is. We could look it up, but apparently it's like amazing with the latency and how smooth it is with the video. Looking forward to that too.
Well, I know that Carl made some changes for the
Alright,
for the
worst
walks
part is
now.
their HD0.
Oh fuck you!
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been
Now
on
you're
the
gonna
HD0
you'll be now
train
if
since-
fucking DJI would just hurry up and release a module, we can end this conversation.
Yeah, right, bro. They'll never do that though.
I
But it's
don't
open
know.
source.
I
Somebody
don't
may
know.
though. Somebody may because it's open source. You know, they just
DJI's
reverse
not.
engineer it.
Nah, you can't. I don't. I mean, obviously, if somebody. Fucking I think that with if DJI since all right, DJI has already released their transmissions, their higher end VTX and receiver cameras, actual cameras for using like the gimbal and actual cameras. It's all based off O3. Transmission, as far as I understand it, is based on O3, all OcuSync 3 stuff. All the new drones are OcuSync 3 stuff. Obviously the new air unit is OcuSync 3. So if they did release like a moderately priced receiver that would only bind to like a VADA, DJI FPV, and the new air units, I think it would be a really good option. And then you could use whatever fucking goggle you want, like HD0, and get your DJI, because all of the screens are basically the same.
They're identical, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
The only big caveat I've seen so far is that the native screen display on the HD0s is 46 degrees at 1080. So with an analog feed, it's actually very small, and it's bothering people how small the analog feed is, how far it's reduced on those goggles, because its native screen is 1080p. So you're losing the side view on the analog 4.3 cameras, which I'm not gonna like that. But I plan on switching everything over to HD0 once I get the goggles anyway. So
I think that
but
I think that the one thing that like the HD0 is like, yeah, you're not getting the IQ of DJI, getting the same image quality all the time, except obviously getting breakup. So I think that's why it feels, that's what Bardwell was saying. Probably a big part of it. I know that when I fly DJI and I start losing perception and getting fuzzy, like I said, I still have one trouble on one quad. I still have the intermittent freezing. So I'm gonna try some new antennas this how it works.
I just got a couple of VOS antennas for the rapid fire. That was the first set of antennas I bought in a long time.
I see
But what he was referring to is the he wasn't even referring to the dropout. He was saying how smooth the video is on the 90 FPS. It's super smooth, where it allowed him to fly better. That was his exact words. He felt like he was flying better, but he didn't want to quote himself. This was all on the live stream a couple of days ago, so he said he was going to put a video out on it. I'm keeping my eye out for that.
The problem. I want to answer a couple quick things in the chat really quick. So James Omega wants to know if DJI and HD0 and DJI Walk Still play together. The reason why most people have problems with DJI specifically is because, especially with the O3s, is they channel hop. On the V2s, they're much more consistent, but they still channel hop, and
especially if you're plugging in for the first time.
Yeah, and especially if you're plugging in for the first time.
I dealt with that too.
If everybody on DJI is flying 25 megabit on all the other systems, it's pretty manageable. But once people try to like start flying 50 and mixing, it just doesn't work because the 50 is taking up so much fucking shit. Like that's what the guys from Spec League were saying last week. It's like really hard to get four DJI pilots up at the same time because it's just a shit show.
The HD0 goggles. To further answer that question, HD0 is a one-way transmission, so apparently
it's broadcast.
It's a lot more. It's just a broadcast. It's not a two-way transmission. So apparently you should be able to fly with a lot less interference with other people, regardless. With the DJ0, it won't stomp on other people's systems like DJI does, like Chad was saying. But I'm just speaking from what I heard. I don't have them yet, so. We will see.
Yeah, definitely try to keep off. I thought it was R8 actually. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, R7 is the startup channel, right? Isn't it R7 is the startup channel?
Yeah,
and
R8 I used to have problems with R7.
R8 is R8 is the public channel, and then R7 is the startup channel. I think that's
What's up, Asylum? How you doing,
Asylum?
Buddy?
What up, brother?
I'd be really interested. It would be really interesting to see. Did you see Bot Grinder's thing where he flew HD0? He was.
I watched some of it. Yeah. He didn't like it though, right?
No, he liked it. He liked it. He just, he was comparing it to a lot of things and kind of saying, showing where he flew the same paths with analog and HD0. I think overall he liked.
Yeah.
It's DJI
I'll tell you,
which
is
R7.
You're the person that literally sent me in a lot of different directions, and I'm glad I listened to you though, Chad. I am, because I would have bought the DJI system if it wasn't for you, and I also would have stuck with. I would have stuck with the DJI controller, and
don't buy DJI. I said don't buy the fucking Avata. That's what I said.
Yeah, well, no. But what you talked me out of though was using the O3 as an action camera, which it just doesn't make sense. You really shouldn't do it, but. B-Rad just posted a video, I think last week, where it was actually pretty excellent footage with
There's
that.
There's a lot of great,
camera.
Excellent footage coming off of it. Absolutely.
But the point I was getting at is that, I'm definitely going a route again. Like I said, the last thing that I'm getting before the goggles is I'm going to get another action camera. So I could fly the action camera with analog now, and then when I get the HD, I could fly HD with the action camera as well. I'm going to get the Insta360 Go too. I had the regular one, the first one, when I was flying originally, but the go-to it that puts out some pretty decent footage. So that's what I'm going to be flying with. Hopefully next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think your
And
brain
what
gets
else?
trained to whatever you're used to flying regular. I think that if you switch, you might notice it. Switch midday or something. Or less. I think that, like you're saying with the ELRS though and HD0, that's the combo that a lot of people really like in terms of overall.
Yeah. Oh, the ELRS is amazing, bro. I'm loving it. I really am. It's just so, I don't know. It just feels so snappy and responsive. I don't know if it's placebo or if it's true. It just feels so quick, snappy. I love it.
03 is my.
And I'm loving these little receivers too, bro. It's so small.
The biggest problem you have to also have to consider, and part of what we were talking about before, is if right now cement's in Florida. Okay, getting exposure right on an 03, if you actually want the recording, is a lot more challenging without ND in Florida. And the fucking ND filters are stupidly expensive by comparison. So there's just things to consider there. Brad's video was cool because that's his frame, and it's kind of has like a dead cat. And he told me there was a bit of props in view, but he cropped out, and all in all, he was able to pull out a pretty clear image. I think it's kind of like he's flying one of them like a chameleon-esque type frame, but it's his modification.
That's cool. Yeah, this was one of my favorite frames that I flew, was for talk about configuration. This is just an old school H style frame, and the way this thing flies, it was always my favorite drone, and it was barely ever used. This frame.
I just want to put out there. Sorry to cut you off really quick because I'm ready.
No, that's fine.
Fucking, I think in the Wootopia this year, all the money winners, quote unquote, were flying HD0. Is
that right?
And then what the guys were talking last week from the Street League, it's like there's a big difference when you're flying that fast doing a track. The latency becomes noticeable. You need those guys, and racers being competitive like they are fighting for every fucking edge they can get. And I think that they showcase that in having their rule set in the Street Spec League, and fucking how people are trying to bend the rules to get the most performance out of their quad, by being creative. And then technologies like AC0 versus fucking and ELRS and other things.
Yeah, I mean, from what the papers are saying, all the specs, it's on paper. It says that the HD0 setup is faster than analog. I mean, I don't know how true that is yet, but I'm gonna see. And the ELRS, to me, it feels faster. But if you could put those two together, why would a professional racer use anything else besides HD0 and ELRS? Yeah,
this supposedly looks really fucking good on the HD0 goggles too.
From the racing perspective too, since HD0 is broadcast, you can actually receive those feeds, which you can't do with DJI in any meaningful sense. You know what I mean? So from that perspective alone, you have much more flexibility as a race coordinator. Is feed forward compatible? That's funny.
It depends if it's 100% silicone.
Gearhead, what up, homie?
What's up, Gearhead? Man, you should see the fucking the plane he's working on. Insane. So you could shoot.
You gotta feed forward, bro.
Pretty cool.
Definitely.
Sharing is caring.
Share your bread.
I mean,
share your okra. Okay.
Baby bird.
The thing, yeah.
Yeah, Dots was saying, I went through that hurdle too, Dots, learning how to flash it. But once you figure it out, it's so nice. You know what I mean? It's as simple as you just put your binding phrase in, you make sure you flash the right target, and it's kind of like learning how to flash a flight control. It's basically like a password. So binding phrase, you put when you flash your transmitter, you put it's the binding phrase is like a password. So you put that binding phrases, and then whenever you flash a a receiver, you put the same binding phrase, and then it's automatically bound. So as soon as you turn on your drone and your controller, they talk to each other instantaneously, and they connect.
So
cool.
theoretically, if I know your binding phrase, I can
your
go
quad.
I was wondering
jack
that.
your drone.
I was actually wondering that, but you know what I realized though, it's some sort of coded thing, because I have the same binding phrase for all 3 of my drones. But if I'm on different models, they won't talk to each other. So I was wondering, if I use the same binding phrase, can I just have one model and just run all my quads on one model? But it doesn't work that way.
There's no way to run all your quads on one model on Express LS?
There probably is. Who knows? But
Has anybody figured this out? I'm really curious about that, because that would be annoying to me.
Yeah,
I have
never
one,
not done that.
Yeah, I have one fucking Crossfire model that I use for everything, and it's.
Is that right?
Yeah, same.
Pretty much. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong.
I have.
Well, I have like FETEC set up.
Yeah, I have a couple variations, but
set up.
But like my main format works on most of my quads, and then I have like my Cinewhoop setups are usually different. Anybody?
Okay. See, Risco just said if you don't have the model match enabled, it'll work. You could use one.
There you go.
So there you go. I probably have the model match enabled then. So that's cool. They give you the option.
Good. I know. Nice. I need to get my hands on one of those modules and playing with them myself. I have not used.
You know what the most amazing thing to me is the receivers. You got to see how small they are, bro. I can't show you on camera how small. It's like the tip of your finger is the size of the transmitters with a built-in antenna, that ceramic tower, and it's just incredible to me. I love it. You know, you could stuff that thing in a tiny whoop, you wouldn't even know it's there. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
$18, bro. Like $16 to $18 instead of
the cost thing
40
is huge. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know that. I mean, I still don't know I'm ready to trust it for sending anything out too far. You know?
Yeah, but you don't fly long range though, do you?
I mean, well, I did in New York, that was for sure. But I mean, I flew the 10s pretty far away. Like, especially like when we did that drag thing that one weekend. I was way down the fucking field, and I was coming, dude. I was going way down, following the cars, and then I was doing a loop and coming through the fucking line. You know what I mean? Coming over the line that was on the inside of the track, and then coming back behind us, and then ripping through by the dragsters again.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You see what the Asylum just said? He mounted him on the back of a nano cam. You can. That's how small they are.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's incredible, bro. It really is.
I just like the potential of being able to put it in those tiny quads and not have this massive heavy thing there.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're able to integrate them in the Whoop boards so easily. That's why you see so many Whoop boards with the integrated ELRS, because the technology is so micro that they can stuff it in the board. You don't even need to
It's
even
super
buy a
important
receiver.
right now. Speaking of that, though, is make sure you get ones that are based on UART and not SPI. Because,
SPI, yeah,
there's been
I've
a
seen
bunch
that
of issues with SPI.
Really?
Yeah.
In Betaflight.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's the support of it, and then like FR Sky, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. FR Sky hasn't been supporting it on the level that Betaflight needs, and so they're like, well, fuck it, we just won't implement it anymore, and you can have the UART. And I saw some of the Whoop guys getting ready for Wootopia saying that they were trying to get UART based boards for the latest shit, so they make sure that they run the latest shit.
Yeah, the EP2 boards the EP2 receivers that Risco's talking about, those are UART based. And it uses Crossfire wiring protocol, so it's pretty basic stuff.
That's what I was saying. I want to flash my Nirvana to Express LRS because I know it can be done. Got to get in and flash the fucking firmware onto the PX that's in the fucking thing.
So let me ask you, I found one board in my pile of boards that was an AIO Whoop board that was FreeSky. Is there a way that I could modify the coding in the FreeSky integrated board to make it read on my ELRS controller? No, right?
I couldn't answer that because I don't have enough experience personally with Express LRS. I thought I saw some, but doing something kind of along those. It all depends on what is in there. I I don't think you can.
Gremlins.
Anybody know?
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking for videos.
If you have a
I couldn't find
UART,
anything.
I just fucking throw your little EP2 on it or what.
Yeah.
I was just given a Express LRS module, so
Yeah.
I'll know in a few months. I don't plan to use it right now, though.
I think that for me, it's like, what about diversity? Has anybody seen a good diversity SLRS?
I don't think I've seen a diversity ELRS yet.
I think for like 5-inch and below, I would totally be down to fuck with. I think that like on the big birds and the stuff like if I had a, if I was building a lifter, I would have diversity crossfire, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Mainly because I want to stick in 900 because that's away from every video.
Yeah.
They were saying, we were talking about before, like there's 900 in Express LRS, but it's way, way less. Not nearly the variety or availability, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Risco's right, though. This goes back to the point of how small those things are. You could just I could just connect the EP2 right to that board, just bypass the Free Sky, and at least have it working.
Radio Master has a good diversity Express LRS. Thank you, Dart.
Oh, I actually have it right here. How about that? This is the one I was talking about. So you see, it's got the little. Oh no, this isn't it. Sorry, it's the wrong one.
I mean, not for nothing, dude. I still have enough FR Sky crap laying around that I have a module that I just feed into my fucking Nirvana, and I just where I pull out the X9. I still have one.
Dot says there is a diversity ELRS.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because like when I was
Get a link to that?
when I was buying my whoops, I fucking ended up getting the Fly Sky whoops. I stopped buying FR Sky crap years ago. Once I went to Crossfire and I ended up getting to Nirvana, it was all Fly Sky and fucking Crossfire.
I used to
all my
fail safe
whoops.
all the time on FR Sky.
Me too. I hated Free Sky, bro. I used Free Sky for less than 6 months, and I switched to Crossfire. I never looked back. That was when Crossfire just came around.
The funny thing is, I don't know if you would know him, but there was a guy in New York City bar, and he was like, it was funny. He just always had extra shit in his bag. He would show up to the field. And
Which person?
His name was Bar.
No, I remember Dragon Ears always had shit.
Well, Dragon always
Ears,
had stuff, but
yeah.
this was before that even. Like way back when we in the day, we would meet up at like Cunningham all the time and be hanging out. And Zafar would show up, and like one day he just showed up. He's got a fucking full size Crossfire in there. He's like, "Hey, anybody want this? $150." I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll take it." And I had the cash in pocket at the time. I was like, "Yeah, give me that shit." And he gave me a receiver. I was like, "But you got to give me a receiver." I made him yank a receiver out of his quad, dude.
Question. I see all these different brands of Express LRS. Does it matter what brand of like module you have and like what brand of receiver you have? They all talk to each other, or do you have to like buy Radio Master's ecosystem? Or
no, it's that all comes down to that's all comes down to the configurator when you flash it. You flash in the same firmware, but the targets are different. It's kind of like basically flashing a flight controller in Betaflight. It's the same thing. You can flash the upgraded firmware, but you have to make sure it's the right target. So if you're using happy model, you got to make sure it's the happy model. I use a better FPV, so that's the one I use, but it's all the same. It's all relative. Same thing with the firmware with the controller. Like I have a Radio Master controller, so it's Radio Master target, but if you have the module, depending on which module you have, that's the target you got to find. So it's basically all the same.
I had my full-size Crossfire for 8 months.
So then the next
question
question of it is, why avoid specific brands if they're all the same thing?
I'm just getting into it, but from what I see, certain brands are more reliable than others.
Yeah, it's just like anything.
You got to look at the reviews.
This comes to like why I haven't even switched yet. Like you get Crossfire, we know it works.
It's just
but
one
then you
brand.
get Express LRS.
All TBS, yeah.
Well, some of it works, but some of it doesn't. Like,
well, that was the big problem with Express
confusing.
LRS when it came out, because a lot of companies jumped to start trying to deploy products for it. It wasn't even fully developed.
Wasn't tested, yeah.
So the whole protocol was changing, and people were already building and releasing hardware for it. And so I think some of the hardware, the early hardware, had issues because of that. And I think that's gotten much, much better. it starts says manufacturing is thus.
Looking around.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's open source, so Crossfire is dedicated. It's Team Black Sheep makes Crossfire, but that's why Crossfire receiver is $40. The Express LRS. I mean, they got them in race day quads I seen one for $12.99. I think it was the Happy Model one. But you're talking about under $13 for a receiver, bro. That's amazing. And the reason why they're so cheap is because it's open source and all these companies are making them.
Several times.
But I bought 2 of them.
We need a button that slaps
I've probably
Artie.
flown about 30, 40 packs.
It's like, Artie, wake up.
Each one of them. I haven't had any issues with it, and I love it. I really do love it. It's, just do your research. I can speak personally. I tell you, the better FPV ones that I have, they're perfect, bro. I have no issues with them.
I all in all, beta FPV, I've kind of always treated like, like if you get a good
Respectable
one,
company.
if you get a good one, it's good. Sometimes you get a dud. I think QC gotten better. I trust them
Definitely
much
had
more.
good luck with
I mean,
beta
not for
FPV
nothing,
stuff.
like, because like back in the day, I completely was against iFlight. iFlight's getting a lot better. There's a lot of companies out there that have definitely changed. I still don't trust certain brands. But I'm with Greg on the fact, like, if you buy Tracer or Crossfire, you're buying TBS, you know what you're getting, and generally speaking, you don't get duds. It happens, just like anything. But I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't know what water, like, where to go for Express LRS. Like, what's really reliable? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
What can I
Oh,
really
yeah, for
trust?
sure.
And then
The more
there's
time
just
that-
no question about Crossfire.
Yeah, the more
For
time
me,
that
it is.
passes, obviously you're going to see long term. After a year, a year from now, you'll see which brands are the ones that are more bulletproof than others.
I think, like, Aces was in the chat earlier. He probably has a pretty good grip. I know he's tried a lot of. Seen a couple out there that I thought were really. I'm not trying to make the plunge and have a good.
You're cutting out a little bit there.
Yeah, I was just about to ask
I
that.
am?
He's cutting out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned down because of the rain, but it stopped. So
Damn. I feel you, Sprayer.
Mr. Sprayer snoring so loud.
Surprised y'all hadn't caught it yet.
That's funny.
That's funny as fuck. Yeah, so once again, don't forget, next week we got Envious MV FPV coming in from Team Drone Adventures. It's going to be a good one. And Darkwing coming up next month, and then we're filling in the blanks.
Oh,
Still here, but
shit.
multitasking. What do you feel right now is if somebody was new to Express LRS, what's the brands to be looking at? What do you think is the most reliable? Turn down for what? For rain.
Mattel? Did they make Express LRS?
Hasbro.
Hasbro does. Yeah.
Make sure you get the Star Wars editions from Kenner. That's what I want. Nips.
Do it.
I've had bad luck with any AIO whoop board that I've ever had.
Risco says
I've
Radio
had good luck with
Master. Risco says Dart says Maytech. Doom Rider says he's about to switch.
Crossfire.
Yeah, I know. Got
Doom Rider
Radio
said
Master.
he's about to switch.
Radio
I
Master.
could see why Radio Master would be a top pick. I mean, considering with the ELRS, internal.
Well, when I was
Do all these different companies make their own module, or is there like
They all make
only
their
a
own
couple?
module, but they're all the same kind of footprint. All the footprints.
Aces
are very,
is
very
flying
similar.
Crossfire, DJI, and multi-protocol for small stuff.
How's Axis Flying's Express LRS shit? That's the module I was given. So
I am not trusting DJI for Link ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, when I have Crossfire.
Well, like, again, the main
See
reason
they fall out of the air.
the main reason why, and that's the other thing, for anything large, like for anything larger than 5-inch and things like more critical things or center lifting
Yeah.
things or
You
10-inch
gotta trust what you know.
a 10-inch going 110 miles an hour in a situation where there's lots of
sure.
cameras and other RF going around. I want to be out of the 2458 area.
Oh, yeah.
Period. For
No,
for
no,
Link.
that.
for Link, get me out of that area, you know. So if I could find a good, you know, maybe a 900 Express LRS, that might be something I would consider in that case if I knew it was reliable like Crossfire. But until I know that it's reliable like Crossfire, you know, I would trust it.
There's the caveat.
That's the.
Yeah, I'm with you, 608 on that.
Yeah, see, 608.
I'd definitely be down to check it out in a whoop or something to that.
The first ELRS receiver that I bought was an AIO and a whoop board.
That's good to know.
The T-Motor one, the T-Motor
Chance Meeks, what's up, dude?
Board, and it was like $70, bro. And the AIO board smoked on me as soon as I plugged it in. And I didn't even solder anything to it. I soldered the camera to it because it's a plug and play, and it fried on me. It smoked on me. The T-Motor AIO board, and I got it through Pirate Drone, and I sent them an email, and they're like, "Well, did you solder anything?" I was like, "Yeah, I soldered the camera on." They said, "Well, you could have burnt it out." I'm like, "Dude, there's no possible way you're gonna smoke a flight controller by soldering on a camera. If you're anything, you're gonna burn the camera out," and that's not what happened. But they're making me eat the $70 flight controller, so I'm pretty disgusted about that. So,
yikes.
Yo, Chance Meets, it's good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you in such a long time. I'm so glad you popped through, man. My friend, it's one of my homies from way back. Goes by Meat. Fucking good to see you, man. Well, again, Aces, I just want to clarify, like, you know,
for sure, dude.
I always look at things from the standpoint of, like, if I need it in a situation where I need to trust it against a lot of other RF. You know, I'm a fucking RF nerd when it comes to that. I don't like having control near 2.4 and 5.8. And I'm sure, you know, flying by yourself or maybe in a small group is one thing, but like I said, especially if you're flying like on a set or something where there's a lot of other RF going on, you know, or you're around an area where there's a lot of RF going on, that's where I want to be out of
and I want to do something that I can trust, that I know I can trust. I'm not questioning.
Dude, if you guys are ripping in your backyard or the local park or, you know, all that stuff, of course, it doesn't.
Whoop. Fuck yeah.
Or whoops, yeah, you know, like.
Well, just micros in general.
No, I don't blame you.
Plus,
honestly, like, especially because you have rigs that are up that are worth a lot of money. I mean,
it isn't about that. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about the rig. I don't want to hurt somebody. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't want my rig coming down and it clipping somebody. I want to know that if I buzz the tower, it's not going to freak out and I'm going to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? I want that kind of confidence. That's me. Like, that's where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
I am good, Meat, man. We're gonna hook up. I've been seeing you play fucking Warhammer and shit. I need to fucking. I think I gotta send you a message on fucking Steam. I've been playing the fuck out of Darktide. Smash the fucking thumbs up. That's right.
Yeah, it does. We decided that it does have a multi-bind.
Yeah, we just discussed it, Doom. They were saying that you just got to turn the model
match
off, and you could do that.
Nice.
We're talking about drones.
Yeah, get in there and smash that like button.
Speaking of DJI links, though, did you guys see the Axis flying? You know how they release motors? There's a motor upgrade for the Avata, right? So, which looks like. So, but if you watch any of the videos about doing it, it looks like a fucking kind of a nightmare to do it. But Axis is coming up with a fucking frame. So if you are doing that, you don't have to put it back together like an Avata. They give you a carbon plate and new prop guards and shit, and it all goes together.
And they have a promo video I put in the playlist if you want to throw some videos on anyway.
Yeah, we're about that time. Darktide is 10 out of 10. Darktide is a fucking blast, dude. It's such a blast. Fucking. What are you playing? I got a Zealot.
You would.
He's a Zealot, yeah.
I downloaded the Liftoff Micro Drone Edition.
You did?
I wasn't crazy about it. The maps aren't nearly as good as on Velocidrone, bro.
Yeah. Star Citizen. Dude, just you want to get into space, fucking send some Kerbals, bro.
There's this flying game on Steam called Fly Dangerous. Give that a try. You could set it up to fly exactly like a fucking quad.
Did you do the did you get a fucking transmitter working?
No, I haven't tried to do it with the transmitter, but I know you can. 100% you can.
I want to see that. I didn't have a chance to try it myself.
And based on the controls of the game, you should have no problem using
the problem is calibrating. Most games that support a radio have a calibration to set your deflections and everything.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't have that, I don't know if you might be able to get it to work, but I don't know if you have.
I saw somebody posting on their forums about getting a Radio Master radio working on there.
It's cool.
So I think it can work, but it would be pretty cool because to make your quad kind of like free flow, like you have like an acro quad. All you have to do is hold one button. All you have to do is put it on like a momentary switch of your fucking radio, and then it's fucking mint.
Yeah, it is.
While we're talking about the Axis flying thing, so that's at the top here. Let me get this going.
What are you doing?
Eh?
Oh, there we go.
If anyone wants to give it a try, this is the game on Steam. It's free.
They got a carbon frame here. Brave Kerbal. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program was just free on Epic, like right around Christmas time. No death roll. That's like no death roll, y'all. Woo! That's actually a really good point. Yeah, so that's fixing the death roll problem that the Avada was having.
I got to watch a DJI drone get smoked this week.
Oh yeah.
It was fun. Yeah. Somebody brought a
cement drop out.
DJI took potato drone out to fly, and he fucking yeeted it into a tree.
There it goes.
Did not survive.
No, I am wired.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there's the Elysium right there. Ah, so sexy.
I love beach flights. Oh, that's
Who is this?
This is Mode 7 FPV. Link in the chat.
Is that New York?
Yeah, that radio is looking pretty sexy.
There's kinetic sand can fix the bottom.
And the nice thing about what you were saying before, Greg, like the Nirvana doesn't really do that floppy thing like the Tango because it's the way it sits. Fucking love my Nirvana.
I think
It looks like a pretty good radio.
It's a sweet looking radio.
Looks slick. I like it.
Well, those you got your 4 switches on the top. Then those 2 black circles are moments, like they're joysticks, so you can run the radio. So when you're doing your setup, you use those black ones, and then above the black ones, those are like volume knobs, or you can set them for volume knobs, or you can use them for different shit. The black ones are also used for your trims when you need to set your trims, and then you've got 4 switches down front underneath.
Discord said he's playing the Discord logo as a radio. It does look like the Discord logo, bro. That's funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, kinda.
That was funny.
Kinetic sand.
Next video you can play as long as you want. It's Stinger Swarm talking about the HD0 goggles. It's 9 minutes, so you can...
Right on. Word. Thank you, Greg.
Who is this flying?
This is mode 7 FPV. His links in the chat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be out anyway. I'm exhausted. I gotta wake up tomorrow. Just so I couldn't really hang from home today.
That's cool, man.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Smet.
Yeah, bro, absolutely, always. You know the way it is, bro. Love being here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
And,
anytime, bro.
I'll have a video for you guys next week, 100%. Definitely.
Word. Well, we'll look forward to it, bro.
If I could get the, I gotta see if Best Buy carries the Insta360. That would be awesome if they do, because then I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Maybe on their website.
Yeah, maybe I could get a curbside pickup. That'd be cool. I'm gonna check it out. But anyway, have a good night, guys.
And cheers,
I'll
bro.
See you guys soon. Take care. Peace, boys.
Good night, brother.
Peace.
I like this color grade.
Wunderbar. Dope. Awesome video. Mode 7.
That was good. He's out there flying modes that haven't even been invented yet.
I have the brand new
Good night,
HD
Melissa.
Zero
Oops.
goggles
Night.
here, along with the new 90 hertz camera.
I
Now,
think she was saying it to
I want to do a
Cement.
full review. You may see this as part of a review. You may see this as a standalone video. We're going to have to wait and see, but it's probably
Good to see Stingy out there.
because there's a bajillion reviews out there. So what I want to do is just get my reaction to this
The
system
OG.
on film out to you guys, let you know what I think of the low latency 90 hertz camera, and is the penetration good enough for the type of spots that I usually fly. For instance, today I'm going to be flying the school, which is behind these buses, which is also in front of, you know, buildings and all this stuff. So I'm going to be flying around a lot of corrugated metal, behind brick, just checking out how the penetration of the system does. Can it hold up in a spot like this? Could it hold up in an office park? And how is this super low latency HD system overall? Now, I've been flying with the HD0 receiver a little bit, messing around, getting familiar with the system. I have not flown a single pack on the 90 hertz camera. So what you're going to see today is my reaction
it
to
starts.
my
I
very
love
first
hops and
experience
props.
with the HD0 goggles and the 90 hertz
Dope.
camera. So let's go fly. Should be good to go. I will say with the camera set to 90 hertz and I forget the exact resolution that we're looking at, I can see a little bit more pixelation. However, oh my gosh, it feels freaking locked in. I am not gonna lie. Like navigating this, I have more confidence than say with DJI here. Woo-hoo. Okay. All right. Just barely not exploding. Woo-hoo. All right. That's close. But I think overall with in terms of the latency, I'm very happy with the latency. In terms of the penetration, it's definitely lacking, but I knew that was going to be the case. I may fly a second battery on the lower frame rate in order that's supposed to be the penetration mode. Let's see how far I can get on 90 hertz mode. All right, so that is definitely a flyable area on DJI. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun on DJI either, but let's see here. With DJI, I can also fly back behind the full building. I bet
Grizz is
I'm
yelling
gonna
at
lose
you.
it and need a punch out with this guy. Saving it, just yeah. The what I've got in terms of what I can see back there is very minimal.
Oh.
But holy cow.
Risco has your answer, Spagoo.
I knew it was going to happen eventually. Alright. And we're up. How do those props sound? They sound fine.
I mean,
Just wanna
he's
do
definitely
some
given it
tree
like a
dodging.
fucking go. Some of those areas.
Definitely. But I always like Sting
I
for
will
his
say-
tutorial
okay.
stuff.
Random navigation.
Well, he's.
It is
I just
definitely
watched him
harder to
get
see
out of some
straddle
pretty
with
tight
HD0,
spots a
especially
couple
on
times, you know, and like.
90 hertz mode. It's screaming at me to come in and land because of my battery. But first pack on the system, I'm gonna say I have substantially more confidence than DJI. Oh, I don't know, like it's this trade-off. So it gets way more sketchy as I get further back into the spot, but if I wanted to hit something really technical and I'm gonna be able to place myself right at it, I would prefer to have this link. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna have another pack at 549 because I just, I didn't get enough, all right? I got a little cut on my thumb. It's driving me nuts because it's right where the gimbal digs in.
Ooh, right under the
Okay.
umbrella, bro.
A little bit of something is not right with the angle and everything. I just need to get more used to this setup, but in terms of the timing, oh god.
Oh shit!
In terms of the timing, it feels great. In terms of the breakup, I can handle the breakup. Quad still sounds healthy. The latency though, I've gotten so used to the DJI variable like latency that it doesn't really bother me anymore. But switching to this, like, oh my gosh, coming through there, I could barely see that table. But like trying to get I want to mess around with these things because if you are gonna have, if it's gonna be worthwhile for me to run HD0 with these 90 hertz cameras, it's going to be in this proximity situation of just dodging things.
Dude, I mean,
So I want you guys to see not only what I am seeing in all of this, but also what the GoPro is seeing. Oh, can you even dive those? Oh god. I want you guys
Hell
to see,
yeah,
in
bro.
addition to what I am seeing,
Fucking
what the
getting
GoPro
it, though.
sees. So in addition to the
Oh!
overlay video
Ghost
that I
branch!
do here, I am going to have a just straight DVR as an unlisted video that you guys can click through to. Alright, we finally got some damaged props. Because there was definitely some moments back in there. Whew, okay. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Stay tuned to my channel for the full-on review so that you guys can know some of the shortcomings that I've found with this system. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to keep flying this system. Not full-time. I still like my HD video when I'm flying a spot so I can see the scraggle, so I can see the table coming. I couldn't even see the table in the background. I noticed it as I was passing it really late. I could have been really bad and just eaten it hard on that table. So yeah, I can't say for sure what I think of the system overall, but I do want to keep messing around with it. That much I do know. Are you guys picking up the HD Zero goggles? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be making a full-on review.
Shout out to Stingy. Go check that shit out.
Oh, yeah, Stingy. Got MBS up here. It's a cool looking spot.
Just the barbecue banda?
I'm not sure. This is Envious.
Yeah, this is MBS.
That's crazy. Apparently in Cordell, Georgia.
Is that like a neighborhood or is it something like abandoned? Like a small village.
It is like a small village.
Wandered around the wrong parts there, kid. Don't want to stumble upon
Nips.
that place.
Yeah, it does look like a paintball or something.
It does look like a paintball spot, but I don't see any paintball. Like normally they're covered in
Or
shit.
maybe it's airsoft.
Airsoft, that could be it. Yeah.
Retarded. I rode bus retarded. Dang. In a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
To be a moron.
Yeah.
It looks like they're growing corn. And that shit here and there.
Dumbest motherfucker today.
They have barbecue comps and fests out there. Doom Rider.
Yeah, I mean, as Jack, definitely.
Jack. Stupid ass Jack.
Yeah, I agree. That should be Bot Grinder's FPV park right there.
Sort of fool my mind into believing.
Yeah,
that
look.
it
Now that I look
wasn't.
at it, it looks like a place
And
they have like
by the end of the whole thing, I was
maybe like a
wait minute.
fair,
I flushed
rent
Yeah.
fairs and fucking.
jump started up again. It's just
Yeah, it looks more like
Maybe in that
a.
case, fucking Western fairs.
Bathtubs, laughing your ass off.
Flea markets.
Yeah, yeah.
Simple Jack thought he was smart. But rather didn't think
Well, make sure you tune in next week. So we can have a conversation with
playing the guy.
Envious in the house.
Thinks he is. That's tricky. Tricky. It's like working with Mercury. It's high science, man. It's art form. Yeah.
Pick myself up off the ground.
I'm stoked to have Jeff in. I think it's gonna be dope. He's got a really awesome story, and I think it's gonna be a really, really cool conversation.
Misery Lately I've been in a daze. Scared, but I'm not afraid. I'm just parting, trying to find an escape. If you care, I can take.
Are you related to Megan Fox?
A meth facility. Barbecue meth.
They're just flowing around that fucking bando like it's nothing.
Question then I have to say.
Like he's done it a billion times.
Instances that you can erase.
Soviet Russia, bando flows around you.
Wasting away.
We bring bando to you.
You want bando, we give you bando.
In Mother Russia, we bring bando to you. It might be bombed out, but that's okay. Bro, I used to see the gigs in Russia. St. Petersburg was insane, but
This dude's fearless in that spot. I wonder if he's flown there before.
He's fucking nasty. Yeah, it's Yoshi.
shout out to Yossi. Go give him a sub and a
This is
like.
insane. Where is this?
Oh, yeah. I like it already. Drum and bass and Thundercats. Let's go.
Just Darkwing.
Sword of motherfucking omens.
Sword of omens.
Sword of
Use that
omens.
intro for my video again.
So I see a Schwartz is as big as mine.
I feel like this would be like the type of shit that they would have used for those 80s fucking 80s TV shows to simulate like some sort of fucking predator or bird.
Oh, they sped up the fucking Thundercats as fuck. That's hilarious.
Or like the Power Rangers teleporting scenes.
It's fucking hysterical. Fucking mum raw. We ain't found shit. What in the hell did you put on this video, Don? It is super trippy.
Now somehow the motor sounds really add to this.
I know, yeah. This almost looks like DVR. Where's Pikachu? Oh, you did an offset overlay of 5 frames? That's fucking hysterical.
Got Ellen Villain. Nice. I love tall trees like that. I would love to fly at the fucking redwoods. That's like bucket list location to fly.
Right? That would be so sick.
I know it's extremely frowned upon from all the park rangers' perspective, anyway. I'd be smiling.
It'd be certainly cool. Either way.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Is it like, do you feel like you're like
It's
a,
unreal,
like a
man.
wizard? Like, about to
Yeah.
bring a ring tomorrow?
I mean, definitely catch that vibe. For sure.
That's how I
It's a bit unreal.
like. It's like being on Kashyyyk.
Villain. Shout out to Ill and Villain. Oh, we have Juan Solo. You guys are all late. It's clean, John. What rig was this? You have like a polar cam? Were you flying DJI out in this shit on polar or something? I know I would not want to fly DJI in this shit.
Was this in Florida?
Regular DJI cam?
Regular DJI cam is not too bad at night. You wouldn't want to record with it.
I'd have to
But
see
you can
it.
where
I'd
you're
have
going.
to see it, like in that.
It's grainy as fuck.
Well, I've done. I mean, I know. I have the. I have it. It just. It's. I didn't like it in low light at all. Like personally.
No, I didn't like it either. But you could do it.
Well, there's a lot of light on this bridge, so I would want to see how it all
I like
fucking.
how lit up that is when. Like,
With a polar,
I like the
maybe.
contrast.
Again, I would want to see how much light was actually coming off that bridge. But
I imagine it looked bright as fuck in his goggles. And all the dark shadows on the ground, I bet didn't look that dark.
what did you record? What GoPro or whatever on this?
hard to find night areas like this around this area.
I've flown the Polar, and it was definitely better. Dude, trying to fly the... Dude, I was fucking terrified trying to fly the 10-inch in the dark on DJI. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna get the Bando back out, fly, Talking about both, Spagoo. That was good, John. I really enjoyed that. Some is on session 5 and some is on 9. Good shit. You did a good job. The blacks were very clean. The noise is like it was well exposed and looked good overall. You'll land in the river, but you'll have a good time.
I'm a duck. I can survive. If you didn't know Christ, would your life look the same? And they tell you value Jesus by the way you rep his name. What's the point of living if I'm living for myself? Lord, empty out my life before I put you on the shelf. So for God I go hard, I don't want to die tonight. But it's too many people living who ain't heard about the Christ. Night, Melissa.
Good night, Melissa. Have a great one. Thanks for coming.
Have a good night.
Yeah, we're not too far away from the end, I don't think, anyway.
Yeah, we got, let's see. Went to Asia, had to duck and hide. For sharing my faith, they tell me water it down. When I get back to the States, they say tone the music down. You might sell a lot of records.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good, Greg.
Took my wifey on a mission trip in Central America. Shared a testimony, 40 people stood and stared at her. When she said Jesus should have seen it was insane. Cause 40 out of 40 never heard of Jesus' name. Oh man, we ain't focused on the war, we just kicking it. Worry about our image and our space up on the internet. Take me at the game, coach. I don't wanna play no more. If I can't give it all, I gotta leave it out there on the court. Thank you for the grace, for the will and the desire. Got me living for your glory instead of living to retire. But I pray I never tire. Nice of the gas company to just leave those pipes out for you to fire. Or oil. I guess you're in one oil field. Is this where they filmed the final scene in the movie The Chase with Charlie Sheen?
Make sure you go out and give everybody a sub and a like if you haven't subscribed to them already. Make sure y'all go shout out Joe Rogan. Yeah, we're watching you, Joe. We see you.
We see you, Joe.
We see you seeing us.
We got questions about drones. It would be funny if we brought Joe Rogan on the show.
Seeing us.
Can we make that happen? Maybe we got ends with Joe. That would be something.
Would that be something?
That would be something. Like, Joe, we're gonna teach you about drones today. That could be that would be the thing. And then we'll watch a bunch of videos together. We can talk about it.
Bot Lover FPV channel. What's that? Is this a trap?
It's definitely a trap. 112.
Feed a starving spagoos and toss them a sub.
Yeah, make sure you go give your boy Spagoos a sub and a like. Fucking Joe Rogan. It's an oldie but a goodie, bro.
Definitely.
That's what we get for drinking and texting.
That's why Spagoos doesn't have any subs. He blocks anybody who subscribes.
He blocks everybody that subs him.
Yeah. He says no sub for you.
He's a sub Nazi.
It's dude, I
No
want
sub
to.
for you.
It's gonna be wet here for fucking ages.
That's what she said.
Damn, Skippy.
Spagoos, would you get to fly for you on this? Hey, you. Yeah, that's why you won't tell me any of the spots that you find either.
What the fuck? Is there something on his camera? What the
Spagoos
fuck?
will like show me a dope video of this new spot he found. I'll be like, yo, where is that? He'd be like, wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, he's a spot Nazi?
He is a spot Nazi.
What the fuck, bro?
Spot and a sub Nazi.
Must be a bug on his camera or something. I was like, what the hell?
Dropped his link in the goon
I
chat.
thought there was a bug on my screen here. I was like, what the fuck?
In the goon chat. To the goon chat.
This is a fat video. Fuck yeah.
Walk through the day while I'm trying to make sense of a prequel. I just want our love to be equal. I just want our love to be equal.
Oh, yeah, boy. Hell yeah. Shout out to Murders FPV, dropping the sub in a lake. MC Minchan, CK, going really fast around a fucking course like some sort of goddamn robot. It's fucking insane.
I don't think I see anybody else going this fast.
He's fucking insane. He's definitely like
it's to the point where it's like, is this sped up? But then you realize that he's not actually human, so this is definitely
it's a
not
robot,
sped up.
bro. I'm curious to see if he'll if he flies HD0 at all, if he's still totally analog when racing.
All his footage is always analog.
It's always analog, yeah.
That's what he's already.
I've seen this before, but that's fucking.
I imagine he's a
so
person of habit.
crazy.
Like, what's working for him? Why change it?
I mean, if you have that kind of edge, I mean, yeah. You know what? Change shit. If it works, unless you know you can definitely get a slightly more of an edge. Dude, when he comes down that ladder, it's just insane.
The muscle memory out there is just fucking on display. It's just fucking insane.
I mean, descending a ladder is hard enough, but to do it at that speed is just insanity.
No thought whatsoever is applied to how to do any of those turns. It's just like it just happens. Got Headmaster.
Bro, it's hilarious. He's got a burned pixel. Is it? Let me look at the stream. Is it on the stream?
Who does?
Look in the shit.
Is it you that has the dead pixel?
Hold on.
Look at that perfect inverted yaw spin. Yaw spin.
No links. Well, hey fellas, I guess to bounce.
All right, bro.
All right, brother.
Love you.
We're almost
dudes.
done. We're almost done here anyway.
Thank you. Yeah. Good one.
Have a great night, bro.
Good night, Artie. Much love.
Headmaster killing it. Showing us how it's done. Literally. All the time. Check out his channel if you want to learn a thing or two.
It's funny.
Good shit, bro. Keep bringing the fire. We got next. This
Yeah, that was hot.
This sprayer.
Does Melissa do it? You know, Melissa did the edit?
I have no idea. Does she normally do his edits?
I think she has been, yeah.
Well, she does a good job.
Yeah. Because we're always talking about, you know, stuff, and we was talking about trying to get DaVinci on iPad. We were talking about that as well. He was hyped about that, but then they have to learn it. So the migration is the
fly
challenge
as well. It's fun. Once she starts flying, then like it's way better than sprayer.
Good shit.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good edit, Melissa.
Yeah, boy.
We got a gentleman named Luxu FPV who has 19 subscribers, so go ahead and toss him a like and a sub on his channel. It's bringing us to Thailand after all. It's the least you could do.
I am already there. I think I was number 19 actually. I always try to go through the playlist and double check if I don't have somebody. I was sitting here watching all these videos of like, does my screen have a burn pixel? I had I'm trying to remember which one of my GoPros has got a burn pixel, so I fucking had to learn how to use a pixel fixer. So if that ever happens to you, pixel fixers exist.
Good to know. I think I've returned GoPros because of that.
I had one that would show up it would always show up if I was using especially heavy ND. Like if I had a 16 or definitely a 32, I would see it more often. I think it was on one of my sessions and one of my 8s.
Shit, Darkwing.
Pickle of a fix, indeed. There's actually if you're using Resolve, there's a pixel fixer in there that's fucking really good. You could also do what's called a patch replace, but
another gentleman who is very good, but only has 130 subs, so go ahead and toss him a couple.
And where down we go, where down.
It's a beautiful place. Yeah, you can probably do dirt on the lens pretty well. There's another tool called a patch replacer, where you can literally you basically take a little magnifying glass and stick it on the shit you want to cover up, and it has a little link to another magnifying glass, and you put that with where you want to grab your data from. So you can do it like right next to, like the pixels right next to it, or you can cover something up doing that.
Very nice.
Killer. That was it? All right.
That's it.
There's no more random videos of them on the week. We have a bunch of drum and bass, lo-fi beats, quadrilateral remesh. Oh my god. What was I watching? Holy shit. All right. Well, that's it. End of playlist and pretty much end for us. I don't think we had anything else. Nothing too important.
No, I think we're about ready to head on out.
Oh, I will say, if you're a Gyroflow user, very soon I would expect to see some pretty large updates. I know Adrian's got some very cool stuff coming, and it's working really well, all in all. I think I mentioned it before, but and other than that, tune in next week. We'll have Envious MVP joining us.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
I'm very excited.
You guys come and hang out.
All right, guys, I gotta move the chat so I can see it. We love you guys. You guys have a great week. We will see you next week. Guess that's it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming out.
Bye. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. Done a million times. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop up, and then roll thin. That is split S. Fucking split S. I could do a fucking split S. You pop up, and then roll.
I mean,
pop it. You roll.
I don't buy
and
into
then
whatever
you go
fucking
in
bullshit you're saying.
to the shit. Parley, blind, parley, then, parley, blind, parley, then. I could do a fucking split S. Roll thin. That is split S. Fucking split S. I could do a fucking split S. You pop up, and then roll.
I mean,
pop it.
That's pretty much the only trick that I know.
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.